I recently heard an advertisement that said there was only one way to solve your debt problems when there was no hope. They were advertising bankruptcy legal help, but actually there are 4 things that can be considered before you apply for bankruptcy. They're to pay off debts by snowballing, debt management, debt consolidation, and debt settlement. The last step is bankruptcy. Hi, I'm Roxie Dinstel, Health, Home, and Family Development Agent and Associate Director of UAF Cooperative Extension Service. Let's take a look at each of these options, what it does to your debt, your credit, and your long-term financial fitness. To snowball your debt, list all your expenses and the minimum payments on your debts. Set up a budget to meet these expenses. Find a few extra dollars in your budget that can be devoted to paying off those debts. List your debts from the smallest to the largest. Pay the minimum amount on each debt and take the few extra dollars that you found and devote it to paying off the smallest debt. When the debt's paid, move the minimum plus your extra funds to the next debt on the list. As you pay each debt off, move all the money to the next debt until they're all paid. The good thing is that your debt gets paid off over time. What can go wrong? A lack of discipline may make it difficult to stick to the plan, or you may encounter unexpected debt that makes it difficult to follow through with your plan. A second method is debt management. It works on unsecured debts, such as credit cards, and requires credit counseling. Before choosing debt management, be sure that you are dealing with a legitimate credit counseling firm. Look for those that are licensed by the National Foundation of Credit Counselors or American Consumer Credit Counseling. Check with the Better Business Bureau for reviews on the companies that you're considering. Do your homework and ask about fees before signing with a counseling agency. The counselor will contact your creditors and try to reduce the interest rates that you're currently paying. You will make one payment each month and will get statements on where that money was applied. This process can only be used if it is possible to get you debt-free in 5 years or less. There will be no credit card use when you are under debt management, and your existing accounts will be closed. A limitation of this method is that it does not cover student loans, home mortgages, automobile loans, or federal loans. Debt consolidation allows you to get a new loan that rolls all your debts into one note. It will lower your monthly payments, but will extend the repayment time. It does come at a lower interest rate, and it will be a secure fixed rate loan. You have lower payments, it's easier to make only one payment, and it does no additional damage to your credit. A disadvantage is that it extends the payoff date and can be a bigger financial risk depending on the terms of the loan. The numbers are against you on this one as well. 70% of those who use a consolidation loan end up back in debt within a few years. Changing your financial habits is essential to making this method work. Debt settlement is another option to bankruptcy, but it's one of the riskier options. It also is an industry that is rife with scams. The company tells you to stop paying your credit cards, and you pay only one payment to the company. Late fees, increased interest, and over-limit fees can all be applied to your creditors, making your debt higher. You may be turned over to collection agencies, and the debt does eventually go away as the company tries to negotiate smaller interest rates and applies your payment to the loans. The challenge is that they charge fees before they settle debts. If you choose this option, seek a debt settlement company that has a good reputation with the Better Business Bureau or an attorney who specializes in debt settlement. Going this route may damage your credit, will be expensive, and there may be debts not included in the settlement. Bankruptcy is the last resort. There's 2 types of bankruptcy, Chapter 7 completely discharges your debts. It will be 4 to 6 months before the process is completed, and it will remain on your credit report for 10 years. Chapter 13 is a restructuring of your debts, giving you 3 to 5 years to pay everything off. It remains on your credit report for 7 years. Child support and tax liens cannot be dismissed. 16% of all bankruptcy filers are repeaters. If you choose this option, find a bankruptcy attorney to prepare the materials for filing. Interview attorneys to make sure that you're comfortable with them and their approach before you hire them. Credit counseling is required as a condition of your bankruptcy. Now, getting out of debt is neither quick nor easy. Before you make the decision on the alternative you choose, know what your options are and weigh each option carefully.